Unfinished business. What does it mean? Is it office work left on the desk for the next day? Is it waiting on someone else to fulfill the end of their bargain? Or is it a dream of what the future may hold? There is no set answer, and the same rings true for the girls of Caribou County. Welcome to girls basketball, where it doesn't matter if you're a fan of the Cardinals of Soda Springs, the Grizzlies of Grace, or the Cowgirls of North Gym. All three share one common bond: unfinished business. And this year, there is a fire inside to make sure nothing is left on the table and that nothing is put off for next season. Girls basketball on KBRV The Bear and MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by Monsanto, Hunziker Ford, Silver Star Communication, and by Cook Brothers Broadcasting. Now sit back and relax and enjoy the season of heart, hustle, and determination as the girls of Soda Springs, Grace, and Bancroft leave it all on the court in search of the titles and dreams which eluded them last season. All on your home for the best of Caribou County athletics.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome out to the Birdcage. Once again, I'm Caleb Burgraff on KBRV The Bear. Kirby Martineau running the camera as we speak right now as the Soda Springs Cardinals taking on the Aberdeen Lady Tigers tonight for the second time this season. First time around, the Soda Springs Cardinals came away with a win in what turned into a little bit more of a squeaker than I think the Soda Springs Cardinals were expecting from that matchup, from an improved Aberdeen team that has plenty of depth on their varsity side, with multiple seniors contributing time and time again out there on the court. But the Soda Springs Cardinals were able to come away with that victory, actually their first victory in district play in that matchup as well. And with that win, the Cardinals have set themselves up in a good position, and they look to try and keep that position moving forward against the Aberdeen Tigers. And the Tigers themselves, they're in the number 3 spot in the district right now, 1-1 in district play, right behind Malad, who sits at 2-1. Those two teams will be squaring off against each other on Wednesday next week in their first matchup. That could be a fun one to watch, but this a big game for the Lady Tigers. If they can come away with the win here, it puts them into position to still have a shot at that number 1 spot in the district, as it would come down to a tiebreaker between them and the Cardinals. But all that is still on the way here tonight. We jump into the rest of our pregame show next, as we'll be talking with a standout teacher from Soda Springs High School, as well as Zoe Barron, one of the senior captains for the Tigers, and Casey Anderson, one of the captains for the Cardinals, on KBRV The Bear and MyLocalRadio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by State Farm Insurance of Montpelier, Idaho. State Farm is here to help life go right. Call Scott at 208-847-0141 for personal service.
Let technology make life a little easier and give you peace of mind about your home. With affordable security and smart home options, Silver Star makes it easy to take the first step. Keep an eye on what's important to you and be able to act before an incident becomes an emergency. You're in good hands when you choose Silver Star. We've been bringing cutting-edge technology and star treatment customer service to Eastern Idaho and Western Wyoming for nearly 70 years. Call us today and ask about our starter security and smart home packages.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno-flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for. Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Caleb Burgraff joined here with Tara Jones, who is one of the English teachers, I should say, at Soda Springs High School. And first of all, Tara, thank you so much for talking with us a little bit about what got you into teaching and what some of the things you enjoy about teaching are.
Thanks, Caleb. I really enjoy teaching. The reason why I got into it was I wanted to have an impact on the youth of today. I felt like this was one way that I could kind of guide and help mold. I knew those years were super important here when I was here at Soda Springs High School, and so I wanted to carry that on.
When you think about being a teacher, I think that's the reason a lot of teachers get into it, is just to have an impact that they can see. When you first did get into college for it, though, what was it like being introduced into what the activity of teaching was like?
Probably one of the first things that they did at Utah State was throw us right in a classroom to be able to observe and see if it's something we'd even wanted to do. And so being in a high school classroom, coming from a teacher's perspective, was definitely a wake-up call. But I was just so interested in learning styles and the difference in kids, and my psychology classes all combined together to give me this well-rounded education and how I could serve these kids the best.
You've been teaching for quite a while now at this point, too. What are some of the things that you've learned and some of the ways that you've adapted your teaching style as you've gone on?
Every minute is different. That's the main thing I learned. You never know what to expect. You always have to be on your toes and trying to adapt and change. Some things you'll see students, one class really get and run away with and be excited about, and then another class just kind of is lost, and you have to try to, on the spot, change and adapt to be able to fit the needs of those students and hopefully, in the end, gain the same education for all.
You mentioned that you went to Soda Springs High School. To be able to come back and teach here and kind of bring that full circle, was that something that you wanted to do or you saw as something that would be on your path, or did it just kind of happen to be something that you were able to do?
I knew I wanted to teach, and to me, I wanted to come home. I loved the experience of being here and being a Cardinal and the pride that we felt here, and so it was really exciting to get the opportunity to. There came a point where I just wanted to come home, and I knew, luckily, a position opened up, and I was able to fit right in at the middle school and then move over here to the high school and be able to try to impact youth in any way that I can.
You're in your 9th year teaching at the Soda Springs School District. What are some of the things that the students bring to this school district that you really enjoy seeing and enjoy working with?
There's a couple things here at Soda Springs High that I really enjoy about these kids. Just to be able to work with them one-on-one, to be able to see their involvement in the extracurricular activities and be able to feel that sense of pride there, as well as be able to just any accomplishment. The senior projects are moving forward. It's fun to see those this week. We had our winter track present and be done, and so to see them proud of themselves and their sense of accomplishment is great. Just their excitement for learning and the friendships that are here, the close-knit friendships in our community.
Well, Tara, thank you so much again for talking with us, and congratulations on being one of the teachers and part of the faculty here at Soda Springs High School, and we'll look forward to watching what you and the rest of the teachers do here in the future.
Thanks, Caleb.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Arctic Circle of Soda Springs, where you can get burgers made from premium Black Angus beef, as well as fries and onion rings with their delicious fry sauce. Be sure to top it all off with a soft serve cone piled high and dipped with their delicious chocolate topping.
In a word, breastfeeding is amazing.
It's empowering. It's the best thing I can do for my baby.
It's rewarding.
While every mom has a different way of describing breastfeeding, we all need help and encouragement. So know that support is there for you, from your family or from your friends. And at womenshealth.gov/it's only natural.
Breastfeeding. It's only natural.
Mother's love, mother's milk. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
I'm just a kid, and I've got asthma. You know just how upset I can get when I have an asthma attack. But you can help me to fight my asthma. Put my teddy bear in the freezer to wipe out dust mites. Dry off my rubber duckies and bath toys to get rid of mold.
Discover other simple ways to prevent an asthma attack. Visit noattacks.org, brought to you by the U.S. EPA and the Ad Council.
'Cause I don't want to feel like a fish with no water.
Caribou County Athletics on KBRV are brought to you by Bear Lake Dental, where their commitment is to provide you with the highest standard of personalized dental care in a gentle, efficient, and professional manner. Call 208-847-0153 to schedule your appointment with Bear Lake Dental.
Are you among the millions of Americans living with chronic pain? If so, you may think prescription opioids are the solution. Truth is, opioids only mask the pain, and they come with serious side effects, from nausea to withdrawal symptoms to overdose. There is another choice: physical therapy. Physical therapists treat pain through movement and exercise. Choose physical therapy. Visit moveforwardpt.com. This public service announcement is brought to you by the American Physical Therapy Association.
This production of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by London Drug and Grace, your good neighbor pharmacy, locally owned, locally loved.
Caleb Burgraff joined here with Zoe Barron from the Aberdeen Lady Tigers. And Zoe, the season for you guys has definitely been one that's been positive so far. Couple of low spots, but how do you feel the team's been playing this year compared to other seasons?
I feel like this year we're a lot more positive, especially like individually and as a team. We've played a lot better than we have in the past, because in the past, usually at this point in the season, we kind of fall apart, and this year we haven't, and I don't think we're going to. So
you guys are pretty senior heavy this year. Has that been a help when it comes to being confident on the court and having chemistry?
I think it's been really helpful, especially because us seniors have been playing together since the third grade, since like community basketball, and we all know how we work and we all know how to deal with each other. So I think it's been a big help.
The first time around, you guys played Soda Springs pretty tough. In fact, very tough for all but about 6 minutes. They had one run there in the third quarter, early fourth quarter. Did that give you guys even more confidence in coming into this game, that you can compete and that you guys can really push it with Soda and even put them down at times?
Yeah, especially we watched film on that game, and our run that we had, it really kind of pumped us up. And watching, most of the mistakes we had during that game were mostly defensive mistakes and lack of communication. So we're all pretty confident about tonight, and I think it's going to be a good game.
You guys have had about a month since that last game. What have been the big focuses in practice since then? Not just preparing for Soda, obviously, but just overall for the season and for district play?
Mostly just fine-tuning our offenses and learning new offenses, finding ways to attack different defenses, and, just a lot of teamwork mostly.
When you think about some of the other things that your team does well, the scoring is obviously something big, but defensively I feel like you guys were able to tighten down quite a bit too. In fact, before Soda went on that run, there were 4 or 5 possessions where you guys played defense for 30, 40 seconds at a time. Has that been a big spot where this team's improved as well?
I think we've really improved on our defense. We have a lot of hustle, I feel like, and we're pretty strong. There's a bunch of strong girls. And so defense is definitely one of our strong points.
What's the difference between playing at home and playing on the road as you guys come here to get ready to take on the Cardinals?
Home, we're pretty confident in our home gym. A lot of times shots fall more when you're at home, but at the same time, we have good bus rides and we have a lot of communication on those bus rides. So playing away isn't that much of a difference for us, because I just feel like we're pretty strong mentally, so it doesn't affect us that much.
These first games and during the regular season, really just for seeding at the district tournament, but how important and how much momentum do you think you guys can get in the district tournament by getting a win tonight?
I think a win tonight would be really huge for us. I don't think Aberdeen Varsity Girls has beat Soda here in like 10 years, so it would be huge for us to get a win tonight.
Well, Zoe, we'll be looking forward to you guys out there on the court, and we appreciate you talking with us.
Thank you.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Crop Production Services of Bancroft. Call 208-648-7891 to learn how to get the best production out of your crops.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. 16-17, the Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of January 12th through the 18th in Soda Springs. Grab yourself 85% lean, 15% fat ground beef for just $2.59 a pound. Boneless pork country-style ribs are $1.49 a pound. 1 pound packages of strawberries are just $1.88 each. 6-ounce containers of select varieties of Western Family yogurts are just $4 for $1. And to wrap it all up for a sweet treat, grab yourself Western Family 48-ounce select varieties of ice cream, 2 tubs for $7. That's a look at some of your food specials this week at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
Imagine a mining company who nurtures butterflies. At Monsanto, we plant wildflower seeds on recently mined land. The flowers support a thriving butterfly population, which then feeds small birds, who are in turn hunted by eagles and hawks. By paying attention to nature's detail, Monsanto sustains a broader ecosystem. That's one reason why 6 federal and state agencies have honored us with their highest award for excellence in annual operations. Monsanto. Imagine.
Caleb Burgraff joined here with Casey Anderson from the Soda Springs girls basketball team. And Casey, the season so far has been a good one. A couple of rough spots, a couple of bumps in the road. But what have been your thoughts, especially being your first year here in Soda Springs, on the way that the girls have been playing?
Honestly, it's been super good. It's a big transition from a 5A to a 2A, but I think that it's been really good for me and the team, obviously.
The team's competed against teams that are much bigger than it, 3A schools, even 4A schools down in Utah. Has that been something that you've been happy to see with the way that everybody on the team has stepped up whenever they need to?
With our team, you can put any 5 players on the court and we execute. And I think when we do play 4A, 5A schools, whatever, I think I came in here with not knowing anything, and it was kind of an advantage to me. So, and I think when we play bigger teams that we don't know much about, it's kind of an advantage towards us.
You talk about the depth on this team, and that's one of the other things that's impressive. It's almost a shock when you look at the scorebook and see a girl that played did not get points up onto the board. Have you been a part of a team that's been like that before, and what does that do with the attack mentality of this team?
I think that some people focus on points, but I think it's an all-around thing, like assists, rebounds, steals. We all contribute somehow.
Not necessarily being the tallest team out there. Another thing you brought up was rebounding. This team does rebound fairly well in the games that you guys have won. What's the secret behind that? Is it just wanting the ball more than the other player?
I think it's a lot of guts. Has to do with guts, but I think rebounding is our game. If we're out rebounding a team, we're for sure ahead of them.
You guys are now 3-0 in the district, a good start, and you got a big win against Malad, already a win against Aberdeen. With those 2 teams out of the way for the first time and Aberdeen coming up tonight, how important is tonight's win to give you guys more momentum?
I don't think we can overlook anything, so this win tonight is important to finish off the week.
Aberdeen is one of those teams that's going to be competing for that number 1 spot in districts, especially if they can get a win here. Does that take them out of the equation of your minds until that district tournament starts up if you guys get the win tonight?
I don't think so. I think it'll be, if we do win tonight, it'll push us to work harder and to want to beat them more.
In the 3 district games you guys have played so far, I think Aberdeen, the one that pushed you guys the most at this point, really a 6-minute period where you guys were able to go on a 13-0 run, the biggest difference in that game. What do they do well? What were some of the things you were impressed with about them on the court?
Their ball movement was pretty good, but I think that we've improved a lot more since that game, and it's going to put us ahead tonight.
What's the biggest thing you guys need to execute on tonight in order to come away with the win?
Probably rebounding and defense. We've been focused on that, and so if we have good defense, our offense will fall in.
Well, the defense was definitely good last night. We'll hopefully see another carryover to that tonight. Thanks again, Casey.
Yep, thank you.
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals as they get set to take on the Aberdeen Tigers. Round 2, the first round went to the Cardinals, 55-40 at the home of the Aberdeen Tigers. Tonight, though, both these teams are looking for a little bit of a spark that could keep them going in district play. The Cardinals, they win this game. They eliminate one of the big threats to them in the standings of the District 5 conference right now. Whereas Aberdeen, they win this game, they keep their hopes alive, and they give themselves momentum going into some big games against Malad coming up.
That will be the second time we played with Aberdeen, so we'll be done with them for the year. We'll just have one more game with Malad and one with Westside, and then 2 with Bear Lake.
A lot of different questions to be answered tonight. We're about 32 minutes away from answering those questions as we are preparing for the national anthem here at the home of the Cardinals. And with that, we will pause and take ourselves a break. When we come back, starting lineups brought to you by Mountain View Dental are coming up next.
This broadcast of high school sports is being made possible by the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming.
So, who's going to do what? Flashlights?
Nowhere to be found.
Emergency supply kits?
Not packed.
What about blankets?
We have an old towel.
Cell phones?
May not work.
Emergency water?
Not a drop.
Perfect. We all know where we're meeting if we're separated.
The library. On Jones' house.
The bus stop.
And I'll be waiting here wondering where you all are. Great. It sounds like we don't have a plan.
Winging it is not an emergency plan. Make sure your kids know what to do during an emergency, who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Caribou County Athletics are being brought to you by Bear River Head Start, where they are now accepting applications for preschool. Call 435-755-0181 and enroll your 3- or 4-year-old children today.
I missed a mortgage payment, but now I'm turning things around. With Sam, I can.
Sam is Smart About Money, a free online resource from the National Endowment for Financial Education. We're an independent nonprofit foundation dedicated to helping people just like you get sound information about money at samican.org.
Business has fallen off at work, but I'm getting prepared for whatever the future holds. With Sam, I can.
Get empowered. Reach your financial goals. Visit samican.org.
Paralyzed Veterans of America, National Service Officers.
We've got an entire generation of men and women who have seen war. They're going to need voices.
Paralyzed Veterans of America represents them.
We're going to make sure that the Veterans Affairs gives them everything that they're entitled to.
Get all the health care they need.
Making a person's house adaptable.
And we also focus on getting them a job.
We help our veterans for free.
Changing lives, building futures. That's Paralyzed Veterans of America. To learn more, visit pva.org. A public service message from Paralyzed Veterans of America.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Troy Young Plumbing and Heating. Call 208-221-0581 for all your plumbing needs, including new installs and remodels, repairs, furnace installation, and more.
Back here at the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals, we're at the Bird Nest. I'm Caleb Burgraff, Kirby Martineau sitting off to my left. And the Soda Springs Cardinals will be taking to the court as starting lineups are coming up right now on your home for Cardinal Athletics. And with that, we jump into the starters. Brought to you by Mountain View Dental, where they provide general and cosmetic dentistry for the whole family, and want to wish good luck to the Cardinals from Dr. Walker and his staff. For the visiting Aberdeen Tigers, they're going to be led off by number 1, senior Bailey Wallen. Number 10 is senior McKenna Schritter. Number 20 is senior Mackenzie Rucker. Number 23 is senior Zoe Barrand. And number 24 is senior Josephina Uribe. On the other side, for the Lady Cardinals, wearing their home white uniforms, Cardinals written across the front in block lettering in red and white. They're going to be led off by number 2, the standout freshman Sadie Croning, who has matured and grown as the season's been going along and has definitely looked good out there on the court. Number 4 is junior Casey Smith. Number 13 is junior Kat McCullough. Number 24 is senior Kirsten Rasmussen. And number 33, wrapping it all up, is senior Casey Anderson, who was our guest in the pregame show. And definitely a lot of excitement about this team, a lot of talent out there on this team, and especially after a win against Malad, I think the Cardinals starting to prove that they can win against anybody. Doesn't matter if you're tall, doesn't matter if you're quick. They really have a game plan that can attack anybody else out there in the league. Final introductions making their way out. Aberdeen wearing their road black uniforms, with Aberdeen written across the front, block lettering as well. Whites with orange outlines for the numbers and Tigers written across the back in script just above the numbers, black and orange and white down each of the sides of the shorts and the jersey tops. A lot of smiles out there on the court for both of these two teams as they make their way out there into this friendly rivalry between these two sides. And the Cardinals, we'll see Kirsten Rasmussen in there for the opening tip. Opening tip brought to you by Bassett Building and Supply, where they provide a wide variety of building supplies, including lumber, paint, hardware, and more. And the opening tip brought to you by them is won over by the Tigers, and Bailey Wallen will give off to Schroeder. She goes to the far side. Uribe looking down low and holding on to the ball. Will now use her dribble to loft one into the paint to Schroeder, who lays one up too strong over the backboard. And Kirsten comes away with the ball for the Lady Cardinals. Groning gives it to their side. Casey Smith goes back up to Groning, and Sadie moves it to the right side. McCullough down low finds an entry pass to the post, but Rasmussen cut off by a double team, and the Cardinals will reverse it to the near side. Casey Smith there for three, short off the front of the rim. The rebound still loose on the ground, and a jump ball is finally going to be whistled by the officials, brought to you by Bear Lake Drug, and the Cardinals will keep possession of the basketball on the call by the officials. 7 minutes and 25 seconds to go. First quarter of play just underway here in Soda Springs. And Groning to do the inbounding for the Lady Cards. She'll wait for Smith to cut around a screen. Lays one open right away on the inbounds play. The Cardinals strike, and they lead 2-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Schroeder now takes the point for the Tigers as they look to answer back. To her left, into the lane. She's going to be bumped and fouled as she went around a screen coming from Uribe. And the foul picked up on the play by, I believe, Sadie Groning, who was trying to stick and fight her way through the screen. Still no word on the scoreboard. And excuse me, they actually picked this one up on Kat McCullough, as she was the one who is going to pick up her first. The ball to the far side. We'll have the Aberdeen Tigers inbounding. Wallen takes it near half court, moves it to the near side. Picked up there by Rucker. Rucker skips one far side to Zoe Barrett. She's bumped. Gets the ball back out to Wallen, though. And the Tigers will reset the offense as Wallen tries to drive in. Almost stripped of it. Kicks to Uribe. She'll drive baseline, the left side of the court, before kicking up to Barrett. Finds Wallen to the near side now. They give it off to Schroeder. Rucker standing open in the corner. McKenna not giving her any type of looks. And McKenna now will try and drive in herself. Puts up a fader that's going to be blocked away by Rasmussen. And the rebound picked up by Kirsten as well. So Kirsten already having a big effect on the defensive side as the Cardinals come back the other way, and it's going to be a shot up quickly from the right short corner, missed by McCullough and rebounded by Schroeder. McKenna will push the pace herself, picks up the ball, gives to Barrett at the free throw line, finds Uribe. Josephina for three, too strong, and the rebound is going to be picked up by Barrett as the Tigers will get another chance. No, it's picked off by the Cardinals now in a pass intended for Wallen. It's Groning coming all the way up the court to the right side, finds McCullough. She goes to Smith for three, and Casey will see it roll up along the top of the backboard where the ball gets stuck. And we will have to pause as they get the basketball off of the top of the backboard stand here at Soda Springs High School. The official, first try, no. Second try, yes. It's hard to practice. That's all it was for him there a little bit. 6:05 to go, first quarter, 2-0. Cardinals on top, but the Aberdeen Lady Tigers with the basketball coming up against the full court pressure. Schroeder gets the inbounds play from Barrett and will walk it up. Guarded by McCullough. She gives it to Rucker. She attacks the 1-3-1 zone, breaks through, launches a pass to Uribe, whose three ball is up and good this time. And Josephina Uribe has the Lady Tigers on the board. 3-2, Aberdeen up by one. McCullough cannot answer back from the right elbow, and the rebound comes off into the hands of Mackenzie Rucker, and the Tigers have a chance to build on a 1-point lead. Brought to you by the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, and a shot by Rucker blocked away by Anderson as she tracks it down on the lower right block. A lot of quick offense from these two teams, not really running much on the offensive sets, but the Cardinals will do it again as they just get the ball down to the low post, and Casey Anderson holds on to it there before launching one in for the layup. 4-3, the Cardinals back up by one. 5 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Now a steal by Anderson, goes to the right side. She's stripped by McKenna Schroeder, and it's forced out of bounds to where Aberdeen will have a chance to reset their defense. Schroeder with the fantastic reach in to avoid giving up the easy bucket or the foul, in fact, to Anderson. Cardinals get the inbounds play in. Anderson steps around Barron, lays one up off the bottom of the backboard, and Barron comes up with the basketball. Zoe up ahead to Schroeder. She goes all the way in, lays one up against Rasmussen, and is able to get it to go. Rasmussen tried to set to take the charge, and Schroeder just stepped around her to get the easy layup. Groning comes back the other way for Soda. She'll answer back with a drive to the lower left block, and she lays that one up and in. Cardinals back up by 1, 6-5 after the first points for Groning. Inside, Rucker now takes it straight to the hoop, and a foul's going to be whistled against Kirsten Rasmussen, who tried to step into the lane and force the ball away, but she got a little bit too physical on the inside. And excuse me, they actually call that one on Casey Anderson. 4:36 to go. Free throws for Rucker, and the first one for McKenzie is up and good. Ties the game at 6 points apiece here in the first quarter of play. 4 minutes and 36 seconds to go. A very spirited attack by Aberdeen, as both these teams really just trying to use their athletic ability to get points up onto the board. Sub getting set to come in for the Aberdeen Tigers. Destiny Ponce on the bench will have to wait as the free throw is missed on the second opportunity, and Groning pulls down the board. She brings the left-hand dribble up, gives to Finlayson. Finlayson back to Groning. Inside, Jorianne Balls goes to Danny Smith. Her shot up and no good, and rebounded this time by McKenna Schroeder. McKenna goes up the left side, crosses, drives in lane, splits everybody, kick pass right side. Uribe all alone, can't hit the three ball, and it's rebounded on the backside by Taylor Myers. The Cardinals making almost an entire switch as Groning remains the only starter on the court. She misses as she goes into lane and flows up a teardrop. The rebound inside will be picked up by Barron, and a jump ball will solidify that as the possession arrow goes in favor of the Aberdeen Tigers. So Aberdeen tied with Soda, 6-6, halfway through quarter number one. Will make another substitution in themselves. Rosa Palacios will check in, and Barron will take a seat onto the bench as Josefina Uribe will inbound for the Tigers. Casey Smith also into the game to give Sadie Groning a breather after the first 4 minutes. And Uribe will inbound against the full court press. Gets it back from Schroeder, and Josefina will slowly walk it up before handing off to Schroeder on the far side. Stripped to the ball by Danny Smith, and it remains Tiger basketball on the far sideline. 3:56 to go. The Tigers, once again, with a very, very spirited effort at the start, as Schroeder will break out of the inbound set, and they'll give it to Wallen and Sent. Bailey goes to her left, tries to drive over to the wing, gives off to Schroeder. McKenna comes around a screen by Uribe. Excuse me, that was Palacios. Gives it off to Wallen instead, gives it back to Schroeder on the far side wing. 3 minutes and 43 to go. Schroeder keeping her dribble somehow around contested Cardinals and gives it to Uribe, who misses another wide open three ball, and a rebound picked up by Jorianne Balls. 3:31 to go. The Cardinals another chance to take the lead back. They've led by 2 in this game at 2-0. Since then, 2 other leads at 1 point apiece. Right now tied at 6, though, with 3:21 to go. Lonnie Finlayson on the near side gets the ball, but not before a foul's picked up by Taylor Myers, as hitting the deck hard was Destiny Ponce, and the Cardinals turn it over for the first time on the foul by Taylor. Crowd not liking it on either side.
I think the reason they were upset is because Taylor was set, she had her legs spread a little bit, and the other gal came up and tripped over her.
Aberdeen will bring the ball forward after the turnover by the Cardinals. Schroeder gives it up ahead. Palacios has it poked away, gets it back, fires it to Schroeder, beats Danny Smith into the lane, loses the ball, gets it back, puts up a second opportunity, can't hit that. Palacios hits the bottom of the backboard on an opportunity, and the Tigers will keep the basketball underneath their own basket with another chance to inbound, as Palacios and Schroeder could not quite finish underneath the ball. It'll be Rucker to do the inbounding after the ball was last touched by the Cardinals. Rucker sends one deep, and a foul or a whistle is going to go against Destiny Ponce. So the Tigers will turn it over now as Ponce sets a moving screen, I believe, to turn it over back to the Cardinals. 3:02 to go. 6-6 the score. And the Cardinals looking to try and answer back. Full court pressure now being applied by the Tigers. Casey Smith beats it to the near side. Tries to drive on Ponce, but is stripped to the ball by McKenna Schroeder from the backside. McKenna will push it up herself. Gets it up ahead to Palacios. Lays one up off the side of the backboard. Ponce gets the rebound and kicks it outside, where Rucker will solidify the basketball back in Aberdeen possession. Fires a pass inside. Palacios hurls one at the hoop. Can't hit. And the rebound this time to the backside will be picked up by Casey Smith. Cardinals still just tied up with the Tigers, 6-6 with 2.5 minutes to go. Danny Smith brings it to the near side into Taylor Myers, who loses the basketball, tripped over it, and another jump ball is going to be whistled on the court as Palacios was on top of Myers wrapping up the basketball, and the Cardinals keep possession. I'll tell you what, this has been a fast and a furious start to this game. Neither team really looks comfortable out there on the offensive side, though, as they've both missed some good looks on the ball. Myers to do the inside pass, gets it to Danny Smith, who lays one easily in from the backside. 2 times the Cardinals have struck now with their inbound plays. That has been their best offensive set. Schroeder brings the ball forward, 2 minutes and 12 seconds to go first quarter, 8-6, Soda Springs on top as Schroeder to her left, spins back to her right at the elbow, skip past Uribe, open for 3, sets up, can't hit as it rattles off the rim, but the rebound picked up by Destiny Pons. She finds Schroeder, skip pass back to Rucker from a short wing, can't hit it from 16 feet, and this time Danny Smith secures the ball. Danny will come up the right side, minute 50 to go, fires a pass up ahead to Casey, inside to Jorian, and she lays it up and in. From the right block, Jorian answers, and the Cardinals on a quick 4-0 run have a 10-6 lead as a timeout is taken by the Tigers, and Aberdeen will talk things over with Coach Ryan Wallen. We'll take a timeout with them back after this on KBRV The Bear and MyLocalRadio.com.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Welcome back out to Soda Springs High School on KBRV The Bear and MyLocalRadio.com. 10-6, the Cardinals on top. But this Aberdeen Tigers team has shown they're here to play, and especially with the aggression going for rebounds so far. They're out rebounding the Cardinals 10-8. But trailing 10-6 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as Schroeder on the near side is fouled by Danny Smith, who is reaching in. And actually Sadie Groning on the front side will pick up the foul. 14 fouls on the Cardinals to 1 on the Tigers, as the Cardinals' aggression getting a couple of their players into a little bit of trouble. Uribe to inbound the basketball for the Tigers. Will get it to Zoe Barron. And Zoe walks it to the three-point line, passes off to Schroeder, comes around a screen by Barron, gets some open space, but the Cardinals zone will recover. Far side, Rucker takes it on the wing. She dribbles with the left hand before passing Uribe. Backdoor pass to Barron, and Barron travels with the basketball as she took a couple too many steps, never really secured possession of it, and on the way through the lane just lost the handle and kept walking. 1:19 to go first quarter of play, 10-6. On the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, more subs in as Bailey Wallen checks back in for the Aberdeen Tigers, giving McKenna Schroeder a little bit of a breather on the bench. Groning brings it forward as Sadie goes to the right side. Casey Smith lost the pass backdoor into the hands of Groning, and Sadie with an easy bunny knocks one home, and the Cardinals doubling up the Tigers now 12-6. Uribe on the near side launches a 3, blocked away by Rasmussen, rebounded inside by Balls, and Jorian gets her second already. 2 blocks as well for Rasmussen in the game. Casey Smith back the other way, goes to the corner. It'll be Groning there who's going to be fouled. An easy call as Destiny Pons ripped in and got a whole arm with 48.3 seconds to go, and Pons picks up her second. Groning on the baseline will get set to inbound, but not before Palacios checks back into the game for the Lady Tigers. And Groning from her own baseline on the far side will do the inbounding. Looks to pass it in. Cardinals up 12-6 as the ball finds Jorian. Ball steps to her left around Barron with the left-handed layup. Can't hit. Rebound tipped around, but Barron able to secure it for her 4th of the game, and she gives off to Bailey Wallen. Wallen on the near side, crosses over to her left, picks up her dribble, gives off to Barron. Zoe looking down low, steps to her left into the paint. Pops, no, blocked away again by Rasmussen. 3 in the game. Groning with the board, goes up ahead, tries to run the 2-on-1. Can't hit the shot, though, does Danny Smith as she misses it. Groning inside, pulls away another rebound, and the Cardinals will reset the offense as Balls goes backside. This time Rasmussen with the easy bunny herself lays one up and in, and Soda Springs up to 8 points on their lead, 14-6. Uribe, the other side, goes through the lane, loses the ball, and it'll stay Tiger basketball. She just tried to cut through the lane and ended up being poked from behind and the ball will remain Aberdeen ball. 5.2 seconds to go, 14-6. The Tigers have given up an 8-0 run to the Lady Cardinals that has really put them in a hole, and Rucker will do the inbounding as the Tigers look to try and respond. Rucker to the near side, finds Wallen. Bailey from deep will pass it off to Uribe. Steps in the lane, 1 second to go. Fires up a shot, stripped to the ball, and a buzzer will sound before a shot can be taken. 14-6 after a quarter of play. The Tigers down to the Cardinals here at the Birdcage.
Caribou County Athletics on KBRV are brought to you by Bear Lake Dental, where their commitment is to provide you with the highest standard of personalized dental care in a gentle, efficient, and professional manner. Call 208-847-0153 to schedule your appointment with Bear Lake Dental.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Lady Cardinals on the court awaiting the Tigers as the Tigers break the timeout huddle late and will come out onto it with the basketball. Aberdeen will inbound it to Schritter with a 14-6 lead for the Cardinals to overcome. Uribe pump fakes, travels though as she shuffled the feet, and another Aberdeen turnover, 5 of them, which isn't actually a bad number as they turned the ball over quite a few times the first time these two teams ended up matching up against each other. 24 Tiger turnovers. 7:53 to go, just underway, second quarter of play. 14-6 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. McCullough skips the pass to Groning. Sadie takes it to the left side, pulls up, and misses an open Rasmussen. Now passes it to her when a double team collapses on her. Anderson's open from the top of the key, misses from 18 feet, and the rebound kicks to Schritter. She goes through the lane to Wallen. Her layup off the side of the backboard, that's no good. And Casey Anderson this time with the rebound for the Lady Cards. She gives to Groning. Sadie will push it back up the court. Right side, McCullough left open for a moment, but the double team approaches. Underneath pass, Rasmussen finds herself open, and the double team was outside, leaving a one-on-one matchup for Kirsten. She took advantage and laid it up and in. Cardinals on a 10-0 run after the game was tied at 6 apiece, and Zoe Barron will bring the ball up. Hands off to Schritter at the left elbow, puts up a shot, blocked away, but a foul is going to be called. They'll get Kirsten Rasmussen as she stepped too close, and Kirsten picks up her first and the Cardinals' 5th. Rough foul call for Kirsten there. Looked like she had her 4th block, and the far side official says otherwise as McKenna will step up to the free throw line for a pair. 7:02 to go. McKenna taking her time, yet to take a free throw. Puts up the first, and that one no good off to the far side. The Tigers now 1 of 3 from the foul line. Not a lot of fouls in this game for either team. In fact, only 7 total in the game here in the second quarter. Schroeder, one more free throw coming up. Eyes it, fires it. This one no good as well. And the rebound pulled in by McCullough, who did a good job boxing out Schroeder behind her. Gives off to Groning, and Sadie will come to the near side before crossing over into the lane, pulls the ball back out and drives to her right. Picks up her dribble, tries to step through a double team, does, and finds Kirsten, who fires it to the right side wing from 18 feet. Danny Smith will knock home a jumper. She's got 4, and the Cardinals lead builds up to 18-6. Schroeder, teardrop on the other side, off the back of the rim. No good, but the rebound kicks back into the hands of Barron. Barron finds Uribe, her short jumper. That's no good. The rebound loose again, and Rasmussen able to secure it this time for the Lady Cards. Back up the other way. Groning again takes the point guard duties. Comes to the near side. She'll dribble it to the wing. Looks down low to the corner. McCullough feeds it down low to Rasmussen. Her turnaround too far off of the back of the backboard. And the Aberdeen Tigers will take care of the loose ball with Barron getting her 6th rebound already in the game. 18-6 though. The Tigers, despite their good rebounding, have not cracked the scoreboard for about 4 or 5 minutes, and they might have a chance to do so here as Rucker driving to the right block, puts up a little baby hook and cannot hit. And will step to the foul line for another pair. The foul goes on to Kirsten Rasmussen, who gets her 2nd. So Rucker to the line for 2. Tigers have missed their last 3, and that'll end that streak as Rucker does knock it home. They also end a scoreless streak that the last person to score was Rucker with their 1 free throw in the first quarter of play with about 4 minutes to go. Since then, Soda Springs has gone on a 12-1 run as they will sub in and out. McCullough taking a seat on the bench. Myers back into the game, also back into the game. Lilani Finlayson. Free throw up by Rucker. Second one, no good. She goes 2 of 4 from the line now in the game as Anderson gets her 3rd rebound. Groning to the near side, comes across the timeline, drives to the wing before being pushed away by a couple of Aberdeen defenders. Groning goes to the right side, finds Myers. Taylor takes a few dribbles, finds balls at the free throw line. Jorianne gives it back to Sadie. Top of the key for 3. That's no good, but the inside rebound picked up by Anderson. Flings one at the hoop, falling away. Not a good shot selection for Anderson, and the next rebound picked up by Palacios. He gets it up ahead to Schroeder, who loses it driving into the lane, rolls slowly out of bounds as everybody hit the deck, and the Lady Cardinals will get the basketball back because of it. 18-7, Cards still up by 11 points. 5.5 to go, second quarter. And Groning gives off to Anderson as the Tigers applying some full court pressure. Getting close to the 10-second call and a foul called as Groning, splitting a double team on the far side, is going to give Bailey Wallen her 1st foul. 3rd team foul on the Tigers, 16 fouls on the Cardinals with 5:16 to go. First half of play, Groning comes to the near side, gives off to Taylor Myers on the wing, pass into lane, finds balls, but is poked away by Schroeder from behind, and another Bear Lake Drug jump ball is going to keep it in favor of the Cardinals as Schroeder just about came up with another steal. That girl quick with her hands whenever she goes anywhere with the basketball or is defending anybody with the ball. Myers to do the inbounding for the Cards, gets it into Anderson, steps around Uribe and is fouled hard by Palacios. Rosa ends up picking up her 1st as she was just put in an awkward position. As soon as Anderson stepped around Uribe, she had a wide open look at the hoop, except for Palacios stepping up and trying to put a hand into her face. 2 free throws for Anderson. And the right-handed senior will eye the first shot, puts it up, and that one no good off the front of the rim, short. And the score remains stuck at an 11-point lead for the Cardinals. 5:06 to go, first half of play. That's the 1st foul, and they actually get Uribe on the backside for the foul, not Palacios. I've been off on my eyes on who's getting the fouls. Anderson with the 2nd free throw is good. Cardinals make their 1st attempt of the game, and it is a 12-point edge again, 19-7. McKenna gives the ball off to Barron, and Zoe brings it the rest of the way up the court. Fakes a handoff to Schroeder, goes underneath the Palacios, working on Jorianne balls, blocked away, picked up though by Barron. She's fouled on her way through the lane after getting the offensive board. Zoe Barron with 7 rebounds will step to the hoop now for another 2 free throws. This time the foul picked up by Jorianne Balls, who gets her 1st. The good news for the Tigers from that, they're in the 101 bonus the rest of the way through this one. They also get a chance to score with Barron at the line, and the clock stopped. Cardinals continuing to pick up fouls, though, as that'll see Groning take a seat on the bench. Smith checks in. Palacios also is going to be replaced by Destiny Ponce on the court. 4 minutes and 52 seconds to go. Second free throw by Barron after missing the first one is up, high, arcing, and no good to the near side. Myers able to pick up the rebound. Taylor gets her 2nd. Taylor gives off to Smith. And Casey will bring it up the right side. Steps in through the double teams and goes to the right side where Myers thought about driving in, gets pushed back, passes it off to Anderson. She steps to the lane, fires up a shot. She's fouled on the way to the hoop, and Anderson's going to have another couple of shots. Foul goes against McKenna Schroeder. It's just her 1st. You're starting to see both teams turn into a game of aggression at this point in time, as they are both attacking the paint and both earning trips to the line as the defense not wanting to give up the easy layups. Cardinals up 19-7. Most of that on the strength of a 13-1 and now 14-1 run by the Cardinals since the mid-part and the end of the first quarter of play. 20-7 now, 13-point edge. This game had been tied at 6 as Anderson again will step to the free throw line. First free throw is good. Second free throw, no good. Kicks to the far side, and Barron gets another rebound. She's already got 8 in the game. Wallen to the near side, finds Ponce, lost one forward, finds Rucker on the baseline, gives a pass inside to Barron, who can't hit the layup, went down and then back out again. A rough bounce coming there for the senior as Myers gets the rebound for Soda Springs. Gives up to Lalani. Lalani to Smith, back over to Balls. Jorian skips one into the middle, taken there by Anderson before firing it over to Myers, who drives lane, blocked from behind by Uribe, but she'll be called for the foul.
You know, it's impressive to watch these girls going to the basket tonight on both ends of the court. They're playing very tough offense and getting the easy shots, but they're just having a hard time getting the ball to go in.
I'll tell you what, the inside defense has been tough and physical. That's what you'd like to see from your inside post presence. Myers at the line. Not a big score for the Cardinals, but comes through there as she notches home the first free throw. Myers, more one of those intimidators out on the court that you see, the hustlers, the people that pick up the pace when they're out there. But she contributes, gets them up 14, 21-7, and one more free throw coming up, and that one follows the first through the netting, and the Cardinals lead swells to 15 points. 4:09 left to go, and the Tigers will push the ball up the court. Uribe, far side, picks up her dribble, gives to Barron, near side to Ponce. Looking inside the lane, Ponce picks up her dribble, gives a bounce pass to Rucker. Her pass into the lane picked off as she was trying to get it to Barron. It's Myers who forces the steal. Cardinals will go through the lane to an open Danny Smith. She can't finish the layup, and inside the rebound picked up after being forced out by Casey Smith. On the right side, it'll be Lalani Finlayson. Gets underneath to Anderson, and Anderson fouled on the play as she's going to step to the line again. 6 free throws in the quarter now for Anderson, and the foul will be picked up on the play by Zoe Barron and goes as her first. A timeout taken by the Aberdeen Tigers, who have been held to 1 point in the quarter, 1 of 5 from the free throw line as well, as they have not had the good luck in this game so far. We'll take a timeout with them. Back after this on KBRV The Bear and MyLocalRadio.com with the Cardinals up 15, 22-7 over the Aberdeen Tigers.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of January 12th through the 18th in Soda Springs. Grab yourself 85% lean, 15% fat ground beef for just $2.59 a pound. Boneless pork country-style ribs are $1.49 a pound. 1 pound packages of strawberries are just $1.88 each. 6-ounce containers of select varieties of Western Family yogurts are just $4 for $1. And to wrap it all up for a sweet treat, grab yourself Western Family 48-ounce select varieties of ice cream, 2 tubs for $7. That's a look at some of your food specials this week at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
For those of you who are thinking this one might be a closer game, the biggest difference in this game has definitely been the fact that the Cardinals have played a very tight defense down low in the post. They're both pushing the ball inside, but I think the Cardinals just a little bit better at blocking the ball away and forcing bad shots.
I agree. The Cardinals have been under the basket too, and I think the only difference is they've been a little bit stronger going up for that easy shot, and they've been able to connect on a few.
2 free throws for Casey Anderson out of the timeout as she will step up to the line. She's 2 of 4 in the game with 4 points and a chance to get the Cardinals lead up to 16 or even 17. First free throw, good. Curls its way through the net. Anderson's 5 points go with her 4 rebounds. And a sub will check in as McKenna Schroeder will step onto the court to replace Bailey Wallen, who takes a seat on the bench. And 1 more free throw coming up for Anderson as the 2 teams get set on the court. Anderson wipes off the dirt and dust off of the right sneakers, steps up, fires it up, and this one no good, in and out. And Uribe in the right spot to get the rebound as it kicks to her hands. She'll bring it up herself through the left side, picks up her dribble, finds Schroeder on the near side. Schroeder goes to her left, now back to her right, catches a screen, throws to Ponce and throws it away. 8 turnovers by the Aberdeen Tigers after only 4 in the entire first quarter. They've turned it over 4 times in the first 4.5 minutes of the second. Cardinals taking advantage, have a 16-point edge, 23-7 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Lalani Finlayson gives up top. It'll be moved back to Smith, up top to Danny Smith, right side Finlayson. The Cardinals really just shifting the ball around. Now they try to enter the ball down low. Anderson has the ball go off her fingertips, though. It's picked up by Aberdeen, and the Tigers come back the other way. 3:05 to go as Rucker on the right side wing will think about a shot. Now puts one up, fading to her right, can't hit, and Anderson notches home the rebound as she's got her 5th and the 4th of this quarter. 2:55 to go now. Danny Smith taking the point, comes to the left side, passes off to Smith. Casey up for 3. That's in and out, just kicks out, but Danny in the right spot for the rebound, puts it up for the end. Offensive opportunity. The second chance bucket gets the Cardinals lead up to 18, 25-7. It's been a 19-1 run by Soda Springs here for the majority of the second quarter. Inside, Paul steps through a double team, fires up a shot, short off the side of the rim. Anderson, another rebound on the inside, will give the Cardinals a chance to push the lead even more. On the right side, Finlayson finds Casey Smith, and Casey will bring it up between the two rings. Over to her left, finds Finlayson to cut through the lane, throws a pass inside to Myers that is loose and picked up on the backside by Uribe. Cardinals with their 4th turnover of the game. Not a bad number to see if you're Coach Schwarnevelt on the bench. Uribe up to Palmas, 2:01 to go. And Destiny comes to the right side for Aberdeen, down by 18 points, 25-7. Minute and 53 to go on the backside. A pass down low to Barron is going to see Anderson draped all over her, and Barron gets the easy whistle from the officials as Anderson will pick up her 2nd foul. 18 fouls on the Cardinals now, and to the free throw line for 1-and-1 opportunities goes Zoe Barron. She's 0 for 2 so far in the game as Anderson will come to the bench, take a seat, as does Myers. Jorian balls back into the game. Kat McCullough back into the game as well. Cardinals playing with all bench players except for Casey Smith. First free throw by Barron. Up, does find the bottom of the netting. That ends a streak of 3 straight misses for the Aberdeen Tigers from the line. They're now 2 of 7 in this quarter. And the second free throw by Barron will not follow the first through. Misses everything, and they're 2 of 8 now in the quarter. Free throw shooting definitely has not been their friend. 3 of 10 in the game so far. Minute and 51 seconds to go, 25-8. The Cardinals leading by 17. Yet to hit a 3-point shot are the Soda Springs Cardinals as well. Casey goes up to Danny to the right side. Finlayson gives it back to Danny Smith. Cardinals go back into this trip of moving the ball around the outside until Danny launches a 3-ball from the top of the key. Schroeder gets the rebound, and McKenna will bring the ball up herself. 2 points for McKenna Schroeder to go with 5 rebounds as she goes to the far side of the lane, fires up a shot, can't hit, but the rebound pulled up by the Tigers. Palacios can't hit the putback, and then Schroeder comes away with the ball herself. 1 minute and 17 to go. Schroeder scoop shot up to the hoop, can't hit, and Jorianne Balls with the ball is going to be tied up. Another Bear Lake Drug jump ball, and the Aberdeen Tigers get another possession off of it. So Soda turns it over again. And with 1 minute and 11 seconds to go, Uribe will do the inbounding once again. Barron breaks free on the right side. Now they pass instead to Wallen, who fires up a shot from the right elbow. That's off the backboard, no good. And the rebound picked up inside, but a foul called first against Leilani Finlayson on the backside. So more free throws coming up. This time Uribe will be stepping to the line. She has yet to attempt any free throws, but 1-and-1 attempts coming up here. 19 fouls on the Cardinals, 7 on the Tigers. And the first free throw by Uribe is up and no good. Rolls to the right side. Danny Smith again gets the rebound for Soda Springs and will bring it up herself. 1 minute to play, first half. Cardinals up 25-8, a 17-point edge. Danny Smith for 2, foot on the line, can't hit. The rebound kicks out to McCullough though. Cat goes up to Danny Smith to the right side, finds Casey. Casey will set it up to Groning. And Groning will give off to Danny Smith as the Cardinals continue to search for a perfect shot. Casey drives baseline, gets bumped twice, and on the second bump, they're going to call a foul. No, they'll call 3 in the key and a turnover to the Soda Springs. The Cardinals turn it over for the 4th time. Not sure who got called for the 3 in the key. Either that or they said Casey stepped on the baseline. Aberdeen inbounds the ball either way. Schroeder all the way coast to coast, lays one up underneath the backboard, and the rebound poked out of bounds by Palacios to the Soda Springs Cardinals with 33.8 seconds to go. The Cardinals on a little bit of a scoring drought in the back half of the second quarter. It's been about 2 minutes since they've struck the scoreboard, but the Aberdeen Tigers can't say much more. They've only got 2 points in the quarter. They've been held to 8 points in the game so far. Groning gives the ball to the near side where Danny Smith will look inside. skips a pass back to Sadie Groning at the top of the key. One dribble before giving it to Danny. Danny inside to McCullough, gets it back eventually before going up to Sadie for three. Short off the front of the rim, and McCullough gets another board. Over to Sadie. She'll step to the right elbow. 10 seconds to go. McCullough for three. No, that's a two from 19.5 feet, and McCullough drains it as she gets her first basket of the game. 1 second to go. Rucker at the buzzer launches up an air ball, and we head to the second half of play. The Soda Springs Cardinals all over the Aberdeen Tigers with a 27-8 lead, a 19-point edge on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Your Bear Lake Drug halftime show and your Sanders Furniture Appliance halftime highlights coming up next on KBRV The Bear and MyLocalRadio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Arctic Circle of Soda Springs, where you can get burgers made from premium Black Angus beef, as well as fries and onion rings with their delicious fry sauce. Be sure to top it all off with a soft serve cone piled high and dipped with their delicious chocolate topping.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Imagine a mining company that respects the quality of the environment and health of natural ecosystems. At Monsanto, we don't begin mining unless we can ensure every safeguard is in place to respect the environment. And if they're not, then we don't mine. Simple as that. That's why we take steps before, during, and after mining to reach our goal of leaving the land even better than we found it. Monsanto. Imagine.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Troy Young Plumbing and Heating. Call 208-221-0581 for all your plumbing needs, including new installs and remodels, repairs, furnace installation, and more.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
Let technology make life a little easier and give you peace of mind about your home. With affordable security and smart home options, SilverStar makes it easy to take the first step. Keep an eye on what's important to you and be able to act before an incident becomes an emergency. You're in good hands when you choose SilverStar. We've been bringing cutting-edge technology and star treatment customer service to Eastern Idaho and Western Wyoming for nearly 70 years. Call us today and ask about our starter security and smart home packages.
Welcome back out to Soda Springs High School on KBRV The Bear and MyLocalRadio.com, where you can watch our live video stream of tonight's game between the Lady Cards and the Lady Tigers, where the Cardinals are up 27-8 after a half of play. And I don't think a lot of people expected this game to be this separate when you look at the way that these two teams played the first time around.
I agree with you. You know, we're looking at two teams that's in the top 5 in the state as far as power rankings go. You would expect that that margin of the margin in the game to be a lot closer than what it is.
A 19-point edge for the Cardinals, 27-8 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as we welcome you into the Bear Lake Drug halftime show. And at Bear Lake Drug, they have everything you need to get better quick and carry durable medical equipment for purchase or rent. That's Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier, 208-847-1421. Give them a call. Not today. I think it's a little bit late today, but maybe tomorrow, and next week you can call them as well. 27-8 the score. How did we get to this point in time? Well, it was 6-6 at one point in time, with the two sides really trading buckets in the first quarter. The Cardinals did end the quarter, though, on an 8-0 run and gave themselves a 14-6 lead. After that, the Cardinals really just dominated in the final quarter of this first half, as they ended up winning it 13-2 to build their lead to 19 points. And while the Tigers were trying to push the ball inside, they never really could get any balance inside. They never really could get close enough to the hoop to really give many good looks at the basket. And that, I think, is the biggest problem. The Cardinals standing their ground. They got some fouls because of it, but the Tigers also did not take advantage of free throws, only going 3 of 11 in that first half.
You know, that's a pretty good strategy for the Lady Cards to commit those fouls. They're playing aggressive ball. If they commit the foul, they're not too upset about that because the free throw shooting for the Aberdeen Tigers tonight hasn't been up to what they normally shoot.
As far as the official stats for these two teams, the Cardinals even scoring, something we've come to see from them, and something in the pregame show you heard from Casey Anderson. 6 points and 3 rebounds for Danny Smith. 5 points and 6 rebounds for Casey Anderson, as those two really have been two of the biggest leaders in the game. Kirsten Rasmussen, 4 points and 3 rebounds, but at least 3 blocks. I lost count. She might have 4 or 5 blocks by this point in time on the defensive side of this game. And then 2 points apiece for Sadie Groning, Casey Smith, Kat McCullough, Taylor Myers, and Jorianne Balls. In fact, Leilani Finlayson, the only Cardinal to take to the court so far that has not scored in this game. I expect that is going to be something that changes in the second half of play, because she is going to be at some good looks at the hoop as the Cardinals start to get their bench players a little bit more time.
You know, one thing that I've noticed in this particular ball game is the big gals from Aberdeen just haven't been able to keep up with the larger gals from Soda Springs. They've been in there, they've been fighting hard for the rebounds and everything, but the Cardinals seem to have the advantage on the boards.
And that they have had an advantage, but not as much as you would think, as the Cardinals have 26 rebounds, the Aberdeen Tigers 21 team rebounds so far in this game. Again, the big difference has been where's the positioning been when you're putting up your shots. The Cardinals, most of theirs right under the hoop, good looks at the backboard. The Aberdeen Tigers have not been able to get much closer than 5-6 feet to the hoop, which makes it much more difficult with the hand in your face to get a shot to fall down, and that's been evident in their scoring. They've only turned it over 8 times, yet they only have 8 points up on the scoreboard, and you're looking at their leading scorer is Josephina Uribe with a 3-pointer, has 3 points.
You know, it's interesting because 8 points and a half for Aberdeen this year is, I'm sure this is the first time it's happened to them. They are a team that normally scores quite a few points in the ball game. They've just been stifled with the defense of the Cardinals tonight.
Of course, it might be a bad thing to bring up for a lot of Cardinal fans, but we've seen this before from Soda too. So any team can have a bad half of play. At Snake River, the Cardinals held just 6 points and a half of play. So it does happen. That game is by no means anywhere close to over at 27-8 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. This has been your Bear Lake Drug halftime show and your Sanders Furniture first half highlights, brought to you by Sanders Furniture, where they have all of the best brands, including Lazy Boy, Amana, Maytag, and more, including Whirlpool as well. Sanders Furniture and Appliance, making your house a home. Back after this with the second half of action on KBRV The Bear and MyLocalRadio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Crop Production Services of Bancroft. Call 208-648-7891 to learn how to get the best production out of your crops.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
This production of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by London Drug and Grace, your good neighbor pharmacy, locally owned, locally loved. Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of January 12th through the 18th in Soda Springs. Grab yourself 85% lean, 15% fat ground beef for just $2.59 a pound. Boneless pork country-style ribs are $1.49 a pound. 1 pound packages of strawberries are just $1.88 each. 6-ounce containers of select varieties of Western Family yogurts are just $4 for $1. And to wrap it all up for a sweet treat, grab yourself Western Family 48-ounce select varieties of ice cream, $2 2 tubs for $7. That's a look at some of your food specials this week at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma, or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals, where they have felt very comfortable tonight on this cool night outside. They are leading the Aberdeen Tigers in here 27-8 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Personally, this game right now seeming to be one of the best games the Cardinals have played this year.
You know, one thing that I think happens with this particular matchup, Aberdeen has lost to Soda Springs for so many years. I think there's a bit of a mental problem when they come into this game. I think they're kind of defeated before they take the floor, and they shouldn't be, because they're a team that has improved a lot over the last couple of years. But I still think they're a little bit intimidated against playing against the Cardinals.
You definitely don't get to an 11-2 record with either the Tigers without having that confidence, without having that ability to play. But as you said, they are definitely struggling in this game so far. But we've seen bigger turnarounds than this in basketball, even just this year. 27-8 your score at the half. Cardinals will start out with the basketball. McCullough to inbound, finds Sadie Groning, and Sadie will bring it across the center court line. 7:57, third quarter, as Groning falls down, loses the ball, but she loses it right into the hands of McCullough, who finds Rasmussen down low. A fortuitous turn of events for the Cardinals there to find an easy bucket. Wallen back the other way, picks up her dribble, gives to McKenna Schroeder, top of the key, underneath pass to Rucker, reverse layup, blocked away, but it was blocked for a reason, and Casey Anderson picks up the foul, and I think she knew it with the way that she looked up at the backboard.
When they foul, they usually know it. They're just hoping that the official didn't see it.
Hoping the official sees somebody else's jersey with that contact. That time, though, it is going to go on to Anderson. They're not going to say it's a shooting foul, though. They'll say on the floor, and the Aberdeen Tigers will get to inbound the basketball. Uribe to the near side, lays one up off the backboard again. Not getting tight to the hoop, though. It can't hit. Rebounded by Anderson. Casey comes back the other way, gives off to Smith. Anderson gets the ball back from Smith, wasn't expecting the pass, and then throws the ball off of Zoe Barrett's foot. I think really she's just trying to save the possession on that rate, maybe trying to pass in the paint, but really just get yourselves another set. Cardinals have had success with their inbound sets, and this time they will almost turn it over. Groning takes the ball at the top of the key, gives to Anderson instead, who tries to split a double team. She's fouled this time, and the Cardinals will have an inbounds play coming up as McKenna Schroeder picks up her first of the contest. 29-8, the Cardinals up by 21 points here in the third quarter of play, as they look to maybe be sending this one into a running clock in the fourth quarter if things keep going this way. Groning, right side for three, no good, off the back of the backboard. Just hit off of that top corner and kicks out of bounds, and the Cardinals give it over to the Aberdeen Tigers on a very, very disappointing shot from Sadie Groning. Ball up the court. Rucker will cross the half-court stripe, 7:03 to go. Looks to her right, comes back to her left, now gives it back to her right. Wallet takes the basketball, hands off to Schroeder, gets some space, pops throwing up from the elbow, can't hit, way up high on the backboard, and Wallen gets the ball back from Schroeder. She lines up a triple, and Bailey notches home the three after Schroeder saved the possession at a timeout taken by Coach Wade Schwanevelt after that one, as he wants to talk things over with his team. It's a full timeout taken. We'll take one with them as well. It's just under 7 minutes to play here in the third quarter on KBRV The Bear and MyLocalRadio.com.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals. Both your radio home, your video home, and the home court of the Soda Springs Cardinals as they lead 29-11 over the Aberdeen Tigers. On the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, third quarter, seen the Tigers outscoring the Cardinals 3-2. Much like the first quarter, though, the Tigers really played well in that first quarter for a bit as they had the game tied at 6 through about 5 minutes. But the Cardinals responded well then. We'll see what happens here. 29-11. Groning takes the pass from Smith, tries to step in against Schritter, who does a good job breaking down and keeping her outside the three-point line. McCullough now with the ball, takes a step to her right, steps behind Schritter, gives the pass up to Rasmussen. She gives to Groning. Right side wing. Now they reverse it to the left side. Casey Smith takes the basketball, gives it up top to Anderson. Anderson looks inside. Rasmussen flashing in the post, not getting any attention. Groning wide open all by herself on the far side. They'll go to Rasmussen, who finally feeds it to Groning. She can't hit the bunny from 8 feet, and the rebound picked up by Anderson for her 8th of the game so far. Smith over to Groning on the far side corner, dribbles around Uribe towards the top of the key. Gives it to McCullough on the right side. Inside pass picked up by Rasmussen. Steps to the hoop. Blocked away and affected by Barron. And the rebound picked up by Schritter. She fires one up ahead. Rucker lays one up. Rolls along the back of the iron. Won't drop through the cylinder, but Barron able to track down the rebound as she fought for it with a pair of Cardinals. Rucker to the near side. Gets a bump. Goes around it to the free throw line. Lines up a quick jumper. That's off to the right side. Anderson now with the rebound. And this one's picked up by Rucker, I believe. And excuse me, no, they'll give it to Barron. Again, my eyes apparently just do not feel that good tonight because I am not seeing who these fouls are on correctly. 5:31, 29-11 your score. And the Soda Springs Cardinals will have the basketball to bring forward up by 18 here in the third. Groning goes to the far side. McCullough gives it back to Sadie. She moves it to the near side where Smith is open for three. That's off the back of the rim, though. Rebound is going to be poked away by Anderson, and she's going to be called for the foul as well, draped over the back of Barron. Anderson now with 4 fouls will most likely be taking a seat on the bench fairly soon, you would assume, for Jorianne Balls or Taylor Myers. 5:18 left to go. We'll see how Anderson adjusts now. She is going to stay in the game playing with 4 fouls. Rucker up the court at the top of the key, steps to the right elbow. Pulls it back out to Schritter, steps around the screen, hands off to Uribe instead. Josephina fading to the left will knock home another 3. Josephina with a pair of them, and the Tigers back within 15 points, 29-14. A brief 6-0 run by Aberdeen has almost matched their point total from the first half here in the first 3 minutes. Rasmussen can't hit a shot from the left block, rebounded by Schritter, but she travels with the basketball after pulling in the board and turns it over. The first Aberdeen turnover of the second half. That is the thing I think I've been impressed about the most with this Aberdeen team. They're holding on to the ball very well.
I was a little concerned with Anderson that time going for that rebound. She kind of went over the back, but the official didn't think there was enough contact to call a foul. That would have put her on the bench for the rest of the game.
Very, very tight. She's got 4 right now, 4 minutes and 49 seconds to go. Third quarter of play. She remains on the court despite the second stoppage to give the Cardinals a chance to sub. They'll lob a pass into the paint. Rasmussen has the ball poked away from her, but there was contact enough to call for the poking of the ball away, and the foul goes against Mackenzie Rucker. It's her first. Third team foul on the Tigers, and Groning will inbound the basketball once more for the Lady Cards. Looks deep, now looks deep again, and looks deep again to McCullough, who finds the basketball. Groning gets it back, puts up a shot, kisses it off the glass, and banks it home. Sadie Groning gets herself a deuce. It's 32-14. They'll call it a 3-ball, as the ball bounced to the right side. Wallen gets it back, goes to Rucker, finds Uribe. Uribe to her left, steps to the left elbow, puts up a shot, and that's no good, but Barron there for the board. She's fouled, and Barron is going to step to the free throw line for a pair. So Sadie Groning with the bank shot 3. Has the Cardinals up, but Barron to the stripe for 2 free throws. A chance to change that. First free throw by Zoe, up and no good. Kicks off. Cardinal student section making some noise on the back. Sounds like the birds from Finding Nemo. Mine, 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 mine.
They need to be on the bench for a little while with 7 fouls between the 2 of them. We still got a lot of ball game to play.
4:22 to go, third quarter of play. As Kirsten does take a seat after picking up her 3rd foul. And Barron, another free throw, will fire that one up, and that's no good as well. Rebounded by Jorianne Balls. Dorian with her 4th rebound of the game gives off to Sadie Groning, who brings it forward. Cards still up by 18, 32-14. The Aberdeen Tigers outscoring Soda Springs 6-5 here in the 3rd, but Dorian Balls will make an adjustment to that scoreboard, lays one up and in against contact on the lower right block. 34-14, the Cardinals up by 20 on the Lady Tigers as Rucker steps into the lane, gets pushed out, and is going to lose the basketball, but last touched by Taylor Myers on the baseline, and the Aberdeen Tigers keep possession. Uribe to do the inbounding. Looks to Barron, who flashes open on the right low corner. She loses the ball, though, stripped away by Groning. Still loose on the ground, and a Bear Lake drug jump ball keeps the ball in possession of the Aberdeen Tigers with 3:50 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Rucker again stands waiting a pass in. They'll move a screen around as Schroeder breaks open on the right side corner. They'll go deep to Wallen, who's going to be cut in front of by Groning. A very rude move, but a good move for the Cardinals. 34-14 is another turnover by the Tigers, is their 10th. Groning goes to the far side. Danny Smith gives it to Myers. Taylor looks to step inside. Instead goes back door and is going to throw the ball away. Thinks she was trying to get the ball into the hands of Danny Smith, but the Cardinals will turn it over. The Tigers giving them a favor, though, turning it right back into the hands of Soda. 34-14 still. 3.5 to go 3rd quarter as Danny Smith will take the ball top of the key. Rotates it to Myers on the far side wing, who travels with the ball. As she used a dribble, then I think she forgot that she wanted to do, and then took an extra step after she had picked the basketball up. And I think a moment of muddiness.
Indecision.
Indecision.
She didn't really know what she wanted to do with it at the time. By the time she did, it was too late. She traveled with it.
The exact word I was looking for there. 3:18 to go, 34-14. And Wallen will get the ball off to Schroeder to bring it forward. Passes it to Rucker on the near side as she breaks the rest of the press. Goes to the elbow. Pass outside to Ponce, who is checked fresh into the game. First time for her onto the court, as well as for Palacios for the Lady Tigers. Near side, Bailey Wallen takes the basketball, guarded by Groning. Passes it off to Ponce, who gets it inside to Rucker. She'll step into Myers and travels while she does so. She looked up and saw Myers in front of her, and I don't think she was expecting to see a white jersey there that close. 2:56 now in the 3rd quarter. Cardinals picking up their 4th turnover in about the last 2 minutes, and Groning will bring it forward herself. Goes to the far side. Danny Smith waves the ball around, gets some space, finds Myers. Taylor at the free throw line, steps into the paint, puts up a short jumper that misses off the front of the rim and is rebounded by Rucker. McKenzie gives it over. It'll be fired up ahead by Ponce. And Jorianne Balls picks it off, but then she throws it away. Each team playing a little sloppy out there on the court in this 3rd quarter at the back half. 34-14 still we remain. Bailey Wallen for 3. No, a timeout called first by Coach Wallen, and that will give the Tigers a chance to talk things over on the near side. 2 minutes and 23 seconds to go. Kirby, right now, I think the Soda Springs Cardinals pulling off of the throttle a little bit is what it seems.
I agree. What happens in the ball game usually when we have a lead like that is they let up a little bit. You know, and you want to be careful that you don't lose the momentum of the ball game, because you lose the momentum, things can shift in a hurry. Aberdeen's got some great shooters out there. We've seen with back-to-back three-pointers. They can do that again, and it won't take much to get back in this ball game.
20-point game right now on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, 34-14, with 2 minutes and 23 seconds to go here in the 3rd frame. But the Soda Springs Cardinals, again, just playing right now about even with Aberdeen in this quarter, 6 points to 7 points. That's your difference in the score so far in this 3rd quarter. Soda Springs up by 1. Much different from the first 2 frames where they outscored the Aberdeen Tigers by 6 and 11 points respectively. 23 seconds plus 2 minutes to go. Ponce takes the inbounds pass for the Tigers as Aberdeen continues to possess on their side of the court. Down by 20. Bailey Wallen picks up the basketball, goes inside. A turnaround jumper is going to be missed badly by Palacios and rebounded by Sadie Groning. She goes up the left side, steps to her left into the paint. No, at the left wing, pulls up instead and puts up a jumper, and a foul will be picked up by Sadie as well after McKenna Schroeder got the rebound first. McKenna with 10 rebounds already. Subs checking in for the Aberdeen Tigers. Uribe and Barron will check in. Wallen and Palacios will take a seat on the bench. 2:03 left to go, and Barron will inbound for the Aberdeen Tigers. Zoe slaps the ball with her left hand, fires a pass in, and a foul again is going to be called, this time on Taylor Myers, who came flying in, trying to get the steal, jumping around Rucker, and Rucker is hurt. as she is coming up very gimpy. Right leg, it looks like that she could not put weight down on top of. She remains down on hands and knees, and the officials will come over and talk things over. This, an unfortunate occurrence in this game, but the hustle that Myers showed on that play trying to get back into it, there was obviously no intent to try and hurt somebody on that one, but going for the ball, that's the type of aggression that the Cardinals have been missing for the last couple of minutes.
You know, you hate to see any of these girls hit the floor and take so much time getting up, knowing that they must be suffering a fairly serious injury. She can't get up, put much weight on her foot yet. Looks like they're going to carry her off the floor.
And you really do hope that that is nothing serious, as she is going to be carried off of the court. Coach Wallen on one side and the assistant coach for the Aberdeen Tigers on the other side, as she can put weight on her left but not on her right foot. And she will take a seat on the bench as the coaches will take a look at her. Unfortunately, the trainer for Caribou County not here tonight. I believe he is at North Gem this evening, as the lead remains 20 for the Cardinals, and the Tigers will get the ball back after the foul by Myers. The ball's in the action, gives Uribe a chance to step into a three. That skips off the rim. Holtz there for the rebound, gives it to Wallen. She puts up a triple. That one's no good. Another rebound, this time by Leilani Finlayson. Gets it to the Soda Springs Cardinals to bring up the court. They'll pass it up ahead quickly. Danny Smith finds herself open. Left block, lays it up and in. She's got 8 points in the game now, and the Aberdeen Tigers find themselves down by a game-high 22. Wallen with the basketball on the near side, goes to the top of the key. Minute and 30 seconds to go here, third quarter of play, as the ball is passed off to Palms. Destiny looks over to her right, feeds one to Uribe, pump fake, steps into the lane, puts up a teardrop. That's no good. A little bit too forceful, but she's fouled on the way in, and she'll have a chance anyways, as Taylor Myers picks up her third foul now in the post for the Cardinals, starting to get into a little bit of trouble. Rasmussen with 3, Myers with 3, and Anderson with 4. Uribe with 2 free throws, and she misses the front end. The Tigers now 3 of 14 from the foul line, with a minute and 21 left to go. 11 misses in the game so far. Uribe's second free throw up, and that one is good. So she is now 1 of 3 in the game, does have 7 points as the leading scorer for the Tigers, and she has almost half of their points. 36-15, a 21-point lead for the Cardinals as they give the ball to Myers. She steps to her left, inside pass to Jorianne Balls, goes off of the fingertips and into the hands of Barron as the Cardinals turn it over for the 10th time in the game, and Uribe will walk it up. A minute and 2 seconds to go. Wallen, far side, up for 3. That is good. Bailey Wallen with another 3 ball. She's got a pair. She's got 6 points, and the lead cut back down to 18. Cardinals doubling up the Tigers, 36-18. Inside, Jorianne Balls finds Groning. Right side corner. That's a short jumper from 16 for 2. Sadie has her 7th point of the game, and the lead back to 20 for the Cardinals, 38-18. Schroeder goes right side. Uribe pump fakes and travels. Trying to take an extra step before she put the ball down, picked up the pivot foot, and ends up giving the Cardinals the ball back. 14 turnovers now for the Aberdeen Tigers in the game compared to the Cardinals' 10. Groning with 31 seconds, takes the ball, walks it up, and it looks like the Cardinals might hold for last shot here. 24 seconds to go, and that 20-point lead still comfortable for Soda Springs. Groning goes to the right side. Wallen tries to cut her off, staying in front of her. Now Groning gets a chance to drive again, but is cut off. Groning goes to her left, steps around Finlayson, gets the ball almost tied up, loses it. Paltz with the ball, takes a dribble, but she dribbled it in the wrong spot, and the turnover will become a turnover that never was.
Yeah, how do you put that in the book? Invisible ink.
5.4 seconds to go. Leilani Finlayson takes the inbounds pass at the elbow, kicks out to Danny Smith, 2 seconds to go to Balls. She lays one up as the buzzer goes off. The Cardinals can't get another opportunity, and we head to the fourth quarter. The Cardinals up 38-18 over the Aberdeen Tigers.
Caribou County Athletics are being brought to you by Bear River Head Start, where they are now accepting applications for preschool. Call 435-755-0181 and enroll your 3- or 4-year-old children today.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, Their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Let technology make life a little easier and give you peace of mind about your home. With affordable security and smart home options, SilverStar makes it easy to take the first step. Keep an eye on what's important to you and be able to act before an incident becomes an emergency. You're in good hands when you choose SilverStar. We've been bringing cutting-edge technology and star treatment customer service to Eastern Idaho and Western Wyoming for nearly 70 years. Call us today and ask about our starter security and smart home packages.
Back out here at the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals, 38-18, they lead on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard at the start of the fourth. As the Aberdeen Tigers will be on defense to open up this quarter of play. And the Cardinals, who have won every quarter so far, bring it forward. Casey Smith to the near side, gets a screen, feeds it to Lalani. Lalani back to Casey, down low. Rasmussen back into the game, fires up a shot, can't hit, and a foul's going to be called on the floor as Anderson got the board and is going to be fouled by Ponce, who gets her third and the team's fourth. Soda to inbound, Lalani to do the inbounding. Stands on the baseline, lobs one to Rasmussen. Kirsten at the elbow, kicks it to the corner. Casey Smith takes a dribble, gives it back, goes over to McCullough. Kat McCullough finds Casey open for a moment at the wing. Doesn't take the shot, instead goes to Anderson inside. Her layup is off the bottom of the cylinder, and Zoe Barron comes away with the ball for her 10th rebound of the game. Schritter to the hoops. Euro steps up and in. What a move by McKenna Schritter to give the Aberdeen Tigers a point. They're back within 18, 38-20. Inside pass, Anderson fires it to Rasmussen, poked away, and another foul going to be called as Rasmussen hits the deck. As the Aberdeen Tigers, whenever somebody gets it in the post, you see 2, 3, even 4 Tigers wrapped around them. That time, Josephina Uribe gets called for her third foul. But again, the aggressiveness by the Tigers on the inside, a big difference in the second half. 7:13 to go, fourth quarter. Anderson, right side of the lane, lays one up. That's off the front of the rim. No good, and the rebound picked up by Destiny Ponce, who gets her fourth. Up the court, right-hand dribble by Ponce will be given off to Wallen. Right side corner, inside pass goes to Uribe. Lower right block underneath, pocket pass into Barrett, who can't hit the layup. Gets her own miss, though, and is going to try and fire a pass into the paint that's picked off by Lalani and the Cardinals. Lalani hits the deck. They're going to say she tripped, though, and it turns it over to the Aberdeen Tigers again. Neither side really playing as cleanly as they did in the first half of play. But the Cardinals, still holding that 18-point edge, have been able to take advantage of that 19-point lead at the half. With the basketball, passed down low, picked off. Uribe throws it away to the Cardinals. Now Lalani gets the steal, and now she's going to be fouled by the Aberdeen Tigers. And Uribe, I believe, is going to get another foul. That'll go as her fourth, and it's the 6th team foul on the Aberdeen Tigers as well. Checking into the game for Uribe, it'll be Palacios who takes her steps onto the court. 6 minutes, 36 seconds to go as Palacios steps into the paint. The Tigers playing a 2-3 zone, and the Cardinals limb-bound from the near side, and Smith will walk it forward. Casey goes to her left, finds Kat McCullough, back to Casey, inside Rasmussen at the free throw line. Gets it back out to Casey, just to the left of the top of the key. Air balls that one and misses it out of bounds, and the Cardinals give it back over to the Aberdeen Tigers.
That's an unusual shot for her to not even draw iron.
Up the court, Ponce with the basketball, crosses the half-court stripe, steps to her left, loses the ball again. That one last touched by the Cardinals, though, as it goes out of bounds. She lost it, and then Rasmussen as well as McCullough just could not get their fingertips around the ball, and it goes into the pep band at the base of the bleachers on the far side. 6:15 to go. Cardinals getting set to sub in. The officials will let them sub in. Myers, Balls, and Groning back into the game. Rasmussen, Anderson, and Smith will take a seat for the Soda Springs Cardinals. Ball to be inbounded by Ponce. Comes to the near side to Wallen. She'll step to her right at the elbow. Skips a pass to the right side wing. McKenna Schritter for three. That's no good, and the rebound is picked up inside by Kat McCullough. 38-20. The Cardinals still up by 18, but scoreless here in the fourth quarter so far. 2 minutes in. McCullough on the far side wing, gives it back up top to Groning. Skip pass near side. Finlayson at the free throw line finds Myers. She feeds it back to Jorianne Balls, back to Finlayson. Lalani moves it around. They'll find McCullough far side wing. 5:48 to go. Back to Myers. She's going to be stripped of the ball by Ponce. Pulls the ball up the court. splits a double, lays one up, fouled on the way in. The Cardinals turning it over, but Ponce earning a trip to the line with a strip. The turnover wasn't impressive by Ponce necessarily, but the awareness to drive up the court and take the shot and get the foul, that was very nice to see, and Groning picks up her third foul because of it. First free throw by Ponce, up and no good, off of the back of the rim. And the free throw shooting woes continue for the Tigers. They're 1 of 5 in the second half, 4 of 16 in the game. And those 12 points, a big difference right now in this contest. As that free throw up and good, cuts it to a 17-point game, 38-21. Again, 12 points left out there at the free throw line for the Tigers. Could be a 5-point game right now instead. It'll be over to Finlayson as the Cardinals take the basketball up the court. 5.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Groning kicks to Finlayson. Lulani looks inside, now skips it past to Myers. Taylor steps to the free throw line. She pump fakes, bounce pass to Finlayson. Picked up before the Tigers could get there. She'll feed one through traffic to McCullough. McCullough goes up top to Groning. Sadie goes to the right side, picks up her dribble and finds Lulani. Gets the ball back, left open for space. Doesn't take the three, instead goes to Myers, who loses the ball stepping into the lane. Picked up by Finlayson, who's pushed down by Ponce. Destiny Ponce putting a forearm shiver into Lulani Finlayson, knocking her to the deck, and it sends Lulani to the free throw line for 1-and-1 free throws, as that's the 7th team foul, 4th on Destiny Ponce. First free throw, no good. Won't get the chance at the second. Cardinals will watch as Palacios saves the rebound, and Schroeder will try and feed it up ahead to Palacios, but a foul going to be called before she can get across the timeline. We'll see who this is on, and it will be on the Aberdeen Tigers. It goes against Palacios, who was trying to catch up to the basketball, and ends up fouling Kat McCullough for more 1-and-1 free throws. And the junior will have a chance to try and get the Cardinals' lead back up. 38-21 it sits. They've led by as many as 22 in the contest so far. First free throw, good. Cat knocks that one in. The Cardinals now 6 of 10 from the free throw line. Not a terrible shooting percentage. You'd like to see it a little bit better, though. One more free throw here for McCullough. That one up, and that one settles through the rim as well. And Soda Springs leads by 19, 21-40. Ponce up with the ball, drives to the right block, loses her dribble, gives it back out to Uribe, and a foul called inside. And the foul goes against
10.
Lulani Finlayson. So Lulani gets her second. That's 1-and-1 free throws coming up for Ponce now, who is 1 of 2 at the line with 1 point and 4 rebounds. Destiny, another right-handed shooter, puts it up, and that one kicks out. Rebounded by Groning. Sadie gets another one, and she'll bring it up the far sideline as she takes over the point guard duties. Under 5 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Myers gives the ball to the far side wing. Underneath pass to a wide-open McCullough, who's rejected into the baseline bleachers by McKenna Schroeder. McCullough thought she had time to put up the shot, and McKenna says, "I'm quicker than that." That's an insult.
She ate that one.
Tough rejection. But the Cardinals do keep possession of the basketball, and Sadie Groning will do the inbounding for Soda Springs. Finds Lulani, steps into the paint, kicks it up top to McCullough. Cat to her right at the elbow, gives to Groning. Once again, in motion, 3 ball, no good. Rebounded, though, by Lulani, who has it stripped out of her hands, and it remains Cardinal basketball. Lulani was pulling the ball down with Palacios and Uribe around her, as taking a seat on the bench is Ponce. And the Cardinals will inbound once again. Groning looking deep, finds balls inside of the paint. She'll step to the hoop, and a foul's going to be called. And the officials will confer on the backside. They're going to call this one a travel first. So I was wondering if that's what it was going to be, as Jorianne did take the extra step first. I wasn't sure if the official just missed it or if they had to talk about things first, but they get the call right. 4:22 to go, and another turnover for the Cardinals. Rucker to bring it forward. 19-point edge for Soda Springs as she steps into the paint. Hands off to Uribe, straight to the hoop, lays one up, goes off of the rim, and bounces into the hands of Kat McCullough, who gets another one. She'll drive herself around the defense inside and picks the ball up as she crosses half court. Finds Groning, inside pass, balls, gets it outside to Danny Smith, who launches home the 19-foot deuce. Danny's got 10 points in the game, 42-21. The Soda Springs Cardinals being doubled up, or doubling up the Tigers, I should say, is Schritter falling out of bounds. Gets the ball to Wallen, finds Rucker. Wallen almost gets it back, but a double dribble called on Rucker instead, as she wanted to give the ball off to Wallen, and then as she thought about it, she pulled the ball back in and dribbled it again, and the officials see that, call it, and again, the correct call made. 3 minutes and 46 seconds to go now. Ronning with the basketball, crosses to her left, comes up the far sideline. Picks up her dribble, skips it near side to McCullough as Cat will hold on to it, let the rest of the team center up in the front court. Ronning, skip pass, far side, finds Finlayson, deep three ball, up and airballed. Rebound saved though by McCullough. No, her foot was on the line, and the ball will be picked up by the Aberdeen Tigers on the baseline. Down by 21 points. 3 minutes and 29 seconds to go. Uribe to inbound against the full court press. Lobs one. It'll be picked up by Schritter deep. Uses a dribble to keep it alive. Underneath pass to Barron from Rucker. Will get it into the basket. Barron lays one up and in, but it's all kept alive by McKenna Schritter's fantastic heads-up dribble. Ronning with the basketball as the Cardinals look to answer back. She'll take this one. Pulls it to the right elbow. Danny Smith left alone. She can't hit the shot, though, and Rucker pulls in the rebound. McKenna gets the ball up to Wallen. Wallen will bring this one forward herself and goes to the right side wing. Bounce pass off to Schritter. McKenna looks inside, goes back up top to Wallen. Under 3 minutes left to play, with 2 minutes and 52 seconds reading on the scoreboard as the shot missed by Wallen inside the paint. Picked up by Groning. Full court run, blocked out of bounds. Uribe denies Kat McCullough again, but part of that denial was a foul, and it will send Kat to the line where she's 0 of 1 so far. And excuse me, Kat McCullough 2 for 2 with these 2 free throws coming up. Gets the ball for the first. And it is up and good. She's 3 for 3 now from the line. With one more attempt coming up, has 5 points to go along with 5 rebounds. A very solid game, as a timeout will be taken as soon as this free throw is up. Missed by the Aberdeen Tigers will get it back, but a timeout will be taken before the Cardinals can get the turnover, and the Tigers will talk things over. 2:42 to go, a 20-point game, 43-23. We'll be back after this break on KBRV The Bear and MyLocalRadio.com.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
Back here at the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals, 43-23, the score on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Stick around in our post-game show, as we are going to have a chance to talk with Cheyenne Daniels from the Soda Springs cheer team in our sports update. They're getting set for their competition season to begin in the first week of February. The Soda Springs dance team also getting set to compete their first competition next week. 2:42 to go here, though, before we get to that post-game show. And the Aberdeen Tigers, down by 20, will be inbounding the ball against full court pressure being set up by the Cardinals. Man-to-man pressure, and is what it looks like at the start. Rucker to do the inbounding. Waits and Paultz will come up to free her of the basketball. Lofted up ahead. Barron breaks the press to the right side block, pulls up her dribble, gives the ball up to Rucker. Free throw line jumper, no good to the right side, and rebounded by Taylor Myers, who is going to just get the ball off to Casey Smith. She'll bring it up across the timeline. Goes to her left, pass from Finlayson into the paint, going to be poked away by the Tigers, and it remains Cardinal basketball. Finlayson, a very aggressive pass there, and for the sophomore, a good move to try and make that play. This is when you try and make some of those plays. When you have this 20-point edge, you try things out, and you see what you can work. Myers with the ball on the right side wing, gives to Smith, inside pass to Balls, up top to Myers once again. Inside pass, finds Dorian, turnaround baby hook, no good. Rebounded by Rucker on the inside, and McKenzie gets rebound number 4. Cardinals back on the defensive end, up by 20, 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go. Wallen finds Rucker, free throw line jumper, this time banked home And Mackenzie Rucker's got her 4th point of the game to go with her 4 boards. And the Cardinals lead cut back to 18 again. Casey Smith at the top of the key. Spins to the near side. Goes back to her left and feeds it to Finlayson. Finlayson back to Smith. Steps at the top of the key before finding Myers. Taylor gives it to Danny Smith. Danny goes back to Myers, inside to Smith, who steps underneath the defender, but blocked at the last moment by Schroeder with her 2nd block of the game, and rebounded by Barron on the inside. Schroeder, cross-court pass to Rucker, tight ropes the sideline, but she didn't do a good enough job of it as she falls off with a tight rope and gives the ball back to the Soda Springs Cardinals with the 18th Aberdeen turnover of the game. Minute and 27 seconds to go in this ball game. Cardinals on their way to the victory in a 4-0 start in district play, but the second half has left something to be desired from Soda Springs. Danny Smith with the basketball, 1 minute and 18 seconds and counting to go. Dribbles to the near side, picks it up and gives off to Myers, standing on the 3-point line at the top of the key. Back to Danny Smith, ball bounced over to Casey Smith, back to Danny. Playing catch along the outside circle are the Soda Springs Cardinals right now as Taylor takes the ball at the free throw line. One dribble, finds Leilani. Jumper up, that's off the back of the rim. The rebound tipped around and out of bounds. Last touch by the Soda Springs Cardinals. With under a minute left to go in this one, 25-43. The score sits on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Barron will inbound, gets it to Rucker. Schroeder, and McKenna will bring this one forward to her right at the free throw line. Steps to the paint, kicks outside instead to Wallen. Her 3-ball up off the back of the rim. Rebounded inside by Paltz, though. Used her dribble, steps to the hoop. Her layup is going to be missed, and the rebound poked outside by Jorianne Balls, who is going to hit the deck. Does not travel and finds Danny Smith. Cardinals, a very, very good job of being aggressive there. Now a travel called on the other side as Leilani Finlayson, bringing the ball forward, ends up walking one step too far with the ball, and it turns it over to the Aberdeen Tigers. 33.5 seconds to go. Aberdeen looking to try and close this one out with a little bit more of a spark as they look to continue to cut into this lead. Inside pass to Barron, stripped to the ball. Another turnover for Aberdeen, number 19 in the game. Casey Smith gets it up to Myers. 17 seconds to go. We'll see if the Cardinals just hold for a final shot. They're trying to get Leilani to score. She won't there, and she loses the ball out of bounds with another Cardinal turnover. Cardinals might have been better off just trying to hold that one out and just trying to dribble it out. I like the idea of getting her scored, though.
I agree with you.
Schroeder up ahead, finds Rucker. She steps into the lane. McKenzie fires up a shot wildly, can't hit, and the rebound is going to be picked up by Finlayson. 2 seconds to go. She'll just hold it as the buzzer sounds on the far side. Leilani, 3 rebounds in the second half, no points. She's the only Cardinal that played not to score, and the score finishes out 43-25. The Soda Springs Cardinals with a convincing win over the Aberdeen Tigers to move themselves to 4-0 in district play. We'll take a break, come back, wrap everything up in your postgame show on KBRV The Bear and MyLocalRadio.com.
This broadcast of high school sports is being made possible by the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma, or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of January 12th through the 18th in Soda Springs. Grab yourself 85% lean, 15% fat ground beef for just $2.59 a pound. Boneless pork country-style ribs are $1.49 a pound. 1 pound packages of strawberries are just $1.88 each. 6-ounce containers of select varieties of Western Family yogurts are just $4 for $1. And to wrap it all up for a sweet treat, grab yourself Western Family 48-ounce select varieties of ice cream, 2 tubs for $7. That's a look at some of your food specials this week at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
Welcome back out to Soda Springs High School, where the Soda Springs Cardinals, the victorious team tonight by 18 points, 43-25. But I think there's a little bit of salt on top of this victory with the way that you started, the fact you had a 27-8 lead and you only end up scoring 16 points in the second half. I think that's a disappointing way for the Cardinals to close this one out.
It depends on how you look at it. That's not very many points, but on the other hand, if they're trying new things and experimenting a little bit, putting different players in the game, then that's not so bad. The important thing is they kept that lead that they earned in the first half to the end of the game.
They were outscored in the second half, though, 16-17, as the Aberdeen Tigers cut a 19-point deficit down and turn it into just an 18-point loss, 43-25. Final numbers from this one, the Cardinals, again, you got to admire the spread out balanced scoring that they have. Danny Smith led the way, 10 points and 3 rebounds. I think her best game as a Cardinal so far in today's contest. 7.6 rebounds for Sadie Groning, 2 points and 2 rebounds for Casey Smith. Kat McCullough, 5 points and 5 boards. Taylor Myers, 2 points, 4 rebounds. Kirsten, 6 points and 3 rebounds. Jorianne Balls, 4 points and 5 boards. Casey Anderson, 5 points, 10 rebounds, as she was a force inside on the boards. And it's all wrapped up with Taylor Myers, 2 points and 4 rebounds for the Soda Springs Cardinals. Again, not a bad performance for Soda Springs, but the way that you started was not the way that you finished. And I think that consistency in putting together that full game is the next step for this team to try and take.
I agree, and there's a lot of players on that team that could participate a little bit more and be more productive. But what was interesting in that second half, they took both of the big gals out for the Cardinals, and both seniors, and replaced them with one freshman. Now that's showing that freshman that you have a lot of confidence in her ability to play and to clog up that post.
Absolutely, and that's just going to build up her confidence as the season goes on. And I will say this, that first half of play I feel like was the best half the Cardinals have played yet. I think that putting it together again, though, is just that next step that's going to determine whether or not they're just a team that goes to state or whether they're a team that makes a lot of noise once they get to that state tournament.
You know, they don't want to just go to state. They want to go to state and win, and they're working toward that. I think each game they get a little bit better in some areas. Like you mentioned, though, they need to put it all together in one game now and really show everybody that, hey, we're the dominant team that shows up in those power rankings every week.
As for the Aberdeen Tigers, a very, very rough first half of play. The second half, though, 17 points. They outscore the Soda Springs Cardinals, defensively better, rebounding not quite as good, but they still end up with 36 total rebounds in the game. 25 points, not what you like to see, but when you're not hitting shots like they were and you're not getting into the paint like they were, really it's tough to try and put points up onto the board.
I agree, and I think one thing that really hurt the Aberdeen Tigers tonight was the number of turnovers they committed. It seemed like they'd just get something going and then they'd turn the ball over, and that would allow the Lady Cards to score 6-8 points in a row and pull away and leave that margin there that they had before. They got to learn to hang on to the ball just a little bit better.
Aberdeen did turn it over less, though, 19 times compared to the 24 turnovers they had the first time these two teams matched up. And I will still say this Aberdeen team, I feel like, is right there in that number 2 spot for this district at a chance to go to the state tournament. If they can also just put it together for an entire full quarters game and not have the meltdowns like they've had in the last couple of times they've taken on the Soda Springs Cardinals. That'll wrap things up for our stat recap. We'll take a break. When we come back, Senior Cheyenne Daniels from the Soda Springs cheer team will be joining us on KBRV The Bear and MyLocalRadio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by State Farm Insurance of Montpelier, Idaho. State Farm is here to help life go right. Call Scott at 208-847-0141 for personal service.
Let technology make life a little easier and give you...
Brought to you by State Farm Insurance of Montpelier, Idaho. State Farm is here to help life go right. Call Scott.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Imagine a mining company who nurtures butterflies. At Monsanto, we plant wildflower seeds on recently mined land. The flowers support a thriving butterfly population, which then feeds small birds, who are in turn hunted by eagles and hawks. By paying attention to nature's detail, Monsanto sustains a broader ecosystem. That's one reason why 6 federal and state agencies have honored us with their highest award for excellence in annual operations. Monsanto. Imagine.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
Caleb Burgraff with Cheyenne Daniels from the Soda Springs cheer team. And Cheyenne, the season really starting to get to the exciting point for you guys. Not that the lead up to it's not fun, but district play starting, or district competition getting ready to start up. What are your thoughts when this time of year rolls around?
My thoughts are just we need to really get focused and motivated and just think cheer, because we practice every single day, and so if we aren't 100% committed, it kind of tears the whole team down.
I was talking with Coach Young, and you have a lot of young players on the squad this year. Has that been something that you've enjoyed having around you with all the youth that's excited about what this new step is going to be?
Yes, I actually really enjoy it because it's really fun to watch their growth. Whereas the older girls, we've been doing it for so long that we kind of know all the jumps and whistles, but the little girls, they look up to us, and it's fun to watch them grow.
You've gotten some opportunities to perform in front of the home crowd now. What have been some of the things that you've seen from the team there? What have been some of the ways that you've seen the squad grow as they get to be in front of some of those bigger crowds?
They really like performing in front of a crowd. Sometimes it's hard to put all the energy and enthusiasm in at practice, and when we perform in front of the crowd, they really smile and step up, and it's really fun to watch.
Which routine do you feel you guys are the best at, and why have you guys been able to do so well at that one?
Well, we've known sideline the longest, so it's probably our strongest so far, but our other routines, we've been practicing really hard, and they're getting just as high as sideline is.
What's the biggest piece that you guys are working on improving when you talk about those routines? Is there any parts that seem to be weak points through all of them that you're really focusing on?
We're really focusing on show right now just because it's our longest routine. It's 2.5 minutes, and there's a ton of stunting, and so it's really energy drenching, so that's our main focus right now.
You guys have had some injury problems throughout this year. How has that helped to keep the team together? Has that been something that's been a bond that has helped you guys grow stronger?
It's helped just because a lot of the girls have had to step up and fill in where those other girls have been, and so it's helped just because we kind of get a sense that we all need to work hard and work together.
You guys last year when you went over to the state meet were very close to being able to take home that state championship. Does that give you any extra drive this year as districts start to roll around?
Definitely. That's all I've been wanting my whole life, and now that it's my senior year, I'm ready to take it home.
What's the emotions that you get when you step out onto that type of a competitive format, when it's at that much on the line?
I just get really emotional because I just know that this is always what I've wanted, and so I just put my whole heart into it.
Well, Cheyenne, thank you so much for talking with us, and we'll wish you the best luck as you guys continue to prepare for that district meet.
Thank you.
are getting closer and closer to their state competition and their district competition coming up. They have one competition coming up the first week of February, then the next week is districts, and then state comes up right after that. So it's all in a hurry for the Cardinal cheerleaders. We wish them the best of luck. They've been looking good. Whenever I've gotten a chance to watch them perform their routines on the court here, they definitely have looked solid. All 16 girls plus a boy out there as well, and Nathan Lau for some of their stunting that they do. Other updates, the Soda Springs wrestling team is over at Wendell as they are over with the first day of wrestling there. The second day coming up. We'll try and get you some updates on that tomorrow in that game, and hopefully maybe have an interview with Coach Garbutt or maybe one of the wrestlers from there. And the Soda Springs boys will be taking on West Side tomorrow night right here at Soda Springs High School in what should be a fun game. It's always a fun game when West Side comes to town, but the West Side Pirates down this year, and it's a game that the Cardinals need to put their foot down and try and maybe turn this season around for themselves a little bit.
You know, it's interesting when you say that a team has a down year, but when you look at the Lady Cardinals, people have been expecting them to have a down year now for 15 years, and it hasn't happened, and I don't see it happening in the next 2 or 3. We've been very fortunate to have some good players, some good coaching, and they've just done extremely well. But that reign can't go on forever.
No, it never can, and it never does. It's high school ball after all, and at some point in time, things do turn south on you. Just ask the Malad Dragons boys team right now about things turning south on you and finding one of those doldrums, as they will be back. So will the West Side Pirates, and we'll find out when the West Side Pirates will be back tomorrow when they take on the Soda Springs boys. Tune in at 6:40 with the pregame show at 7 o'clock on KBRV The Bear and MyLocalRadio.com. For Kirby Martineau, I'm Caleb Burgraff. Until next time, let's go Cardinals. Let's go Caribou County.
Thank you for tuning in to this edition of Girls Basketball on KBRV The Bear and online at MyLocalRadio.com. Local sports have been brought to you by Hunziker Ford, Monsanto, and Silver Star Communications. The proceeding has been a sports production and sports broadcast of Old West Media Incorporated and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. No portion of this production can be used or rebroadcast without express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Tonight's executive producer is Val Cook. We'd also like to thank our sales team of Julie Burley and Kim Miller, as well as our office manager, Kayleen Anderson, website manager, Garrett Worf, and chief photographer, Warren Cook. Thanks to all of our fine sponsors and to you as well for tuning in. Be sure to visit mylocalradio.com/Soda Springs for archived copies of games and past interviews with players and coaches from across the county. And until the next time the teams of Caribou County take to the hardwood, goodbye and good night.